Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of A Comfortable Truths. Surrender to change or suffer in a loop. If you don't like this current version of yourself, change. We are not set on stone. You are free to become who you want to be. You can reinvent yourself as many times as you want to. You have to rebrand your identity. Rebrand your mind, rebrand your environment, rebrand your friend circle, your interests, new habits, connections, a new look. You have to rebrand. Are you going to keep being this version of yourself who self-sabotage, who lives and makes decisions based off fear? You are the one who's allowing to stay stuck in this place. Rebranding is so important as a young adult, as someone who just wants to figure out life, because rebranding allows you to figure out what you like, where do you want to go in life, who do you want to become, what's meant for you, what's not meant for you. I love rebranding. I feel like rebranding is so refreshing because it allows me to experience and learn things about myself and also relearn things about myself. When you're entering a season of change, that old version of yourself can't go back to who you used to be, because God is preparing you for who you're becoming. And in this season, it's going to be scary because you're letting go of things that no longer serve you. So ask God to shed this old version of yourself that doesn't align with your true purpose and plan for you, to prepare and transform you into who you need to be. I feel like people are scared of change or acknowledging this change because of the discomfort that comes with it. It's uncomfortable acknowledging that sometimes you're the problem in your life. Sometimes you're the problem in the decisions you make. You're the problem with the people that you have around you. You're the problem with why things aren't working out for you. You keep meeting the same people. Like, you're trying to get away from a certain type of person, but you keep meeting this person over and over. Or you want to save money, but you're having trouble saving money. Or there's a certain goal that you want to meet, but there's just, for some reason, you can't accomplish this. You can't meet this new person. You can't save money. It's because there's something about you that you're not changing. There's something about you that you're allowing to stay the same because you're afraid of discomfort. You're afraid of what's going to happen when you let go of this version of yourself that you thought you needed. Once you repeat this cycle or meet this lesson again, you're going to know that it's the universe challenging you and testing you to see if you mastered that cycle and lesson the first time. And once you've mastered this cycle and lesson, this is when you accept change into your life. Growth becomes principle when you realize change is not always a punishment. It's life's way of forcing you to evolve beyond who you're used to being. Some people were not put here to evolve. They're here to remind you what it looks like if you don't. So when you meet someone, that it could be a best friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, your mom, your dad, anybody in your life, when you actually look at this person and realize, bro, your mindset, like, it will never change. You have to understand that it's not in some of these people to change, to evolve, to be aware. It's not in them. That's literally who they're meant to be. You have to be smart and strong enough to realize when you cannot be around these people, this environment, this thing. You have to learn when it's time for you to let it go, to let go of what no longer serves you, so you can make room and welcome what does serve you. Change can feel like loss when comfort fades. But you always have to remember that God is intentional. He doesn't subtract from your life without purpose, but for a greater capacity for you. Right before you enter the greatest state of your entire life, you will lose everything. You will lose that old version of yourself. You will lose yourself. When you enter the greatest state of your life, you have to lose yourself. You cannot go into this new season of your life with that old version of you, because that old version of you will not fit in this place that's made for great responsibility. Receive blessings and opportunities with this mindset that you had when you were in survival mode. You don't want to receive opportunities and blessings with these people that don't even receive opportunities and blessings themselves. Yes, you can support and uplift the people around you, but if everyone is not on the same timing of wanting to succeed, of wanting to become the best version of themselves, of wanting to grow, why are these people around you? Why are you putting yourself in this position to fail? Still practicing my biblical chapter names and story names. So it's Ephesians chapter 4 verse 22. You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. To be made new by the grace of God, you're allowing yourself to restart with a different perception that you can start over again with experiences that you have and the knowledge that you have. So when you're in this season of change and rebranding yourself, you have to take your time. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with God. You can't force yourself or anything in this life, because you'll start to miss pieces. And when you start moving this way, and when you start forcing, that's when the process will fall apart and you have to start over again. Don't force, because forcing creates misalignment. If something's meant to be for you, you don't have to chase, you don't have to beg, you don't have to question. It won't leave you confused. It would just happen and it'll work out for you. So in this season of change, take this time with yourself to learn what is it that it's teaching you about yourself. What is it about yourself that you kept attaching yourself to that no longer works for you? You have to understand that in each season of our life, there's a version of ourselves that we need in that moment, but we don't have to carry on with us to our future self. We can let it go in that moment. I've made decisions in my life that were good for me in the moment and that got me out of situations that I needed to get out of. But now, knowing what I know, I can see how those decisions and situations were preparing me for who I am today. Will I make those decisions again and put myself in those situations again? No, because now I know what I need to do. But that's because I allowed myself to face this discomfort, to put myself in an uncomfortable situation just so I can be comfortable and learn what works for me. Take that time. You literally owe it to yourself to focus on nothing but you, to lock in on you. You owe it to yourself to change. You owe it to yourself to take accountability and tell yourself that I am the problem and why nothing is working out the way I want it to be. There's a part of me that I never want to be ever again. Like, I'm literally disappointed that I thought I was actually getting somewhere in my life. I'm literally disappointed that I thought I was actually being smart about the decisions I was making. That version of myself who I thought I needed to be, I'm so happy I'm not her anymore, because I swear I would not be where I'm at right now. I would not be here telling you the information that I know, because I would still be stuck in that place I thought I needed to be in. You will miss your old self in this process, but you are going to love this new version of yourself so much more, because it's so beautiful and amazing seeing the potential that you actually have and seeing yourself finally accomplish and do everything that you said you would. It's a different feeling when you realize that it was always you who was putting yourself off. It was no one else. It was no one else. It was always you. In this season of change, while you're thinking of being in a relationship, while you're thinking of being outside, while you're thinking of, I don't know, whatever it is that you're thinking of that doesn't align with being your best self, focus on you. Lock in on you. God is putting you in a season of change and a season of growth. And you keep focusing and distracting yourself with everything else that won't get you to where you need to be. So yeah, guys, this is the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.